Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, depending wherever you are on this planet, our distinguished online guests, academic colleagues, and students. On behalf of the organizing committee of the Third International Conference of Contemporary Affairs in Architecture and Urbanism at Alanya, Hamdullah, Emin Paşa University, I'm honored and delighted to welcome you to ICCAUA2020 conference. As you may know, the main reason that we have decided to hold our conference online was due to the recent pandemic that have changed completely the lifestyle of people. The recent virus has raised many questions to us as architects and urban planners to rethink on the concept of housing. Unfortunately, the need for mass housing resulting from the Second World War and Le Corbusier's early modernist idea of house as a machine to live in shrank the concept of house, simple shelter. The evidence of this claim is the increase of family conflict and psychological pressure during these quarantine days. So here the important question that I would like to raise in this conference is that why our houses doesn't provide such a dynamic and vital environment for its inhabitants? And what are the missing indicators of design in contemporary houses that leads to psychological pressure for its inhabitants? Therefore, in order to create much more vital housing environment, rethinking the idea of house must be the main priority of architects and urban planners. Therefore, as a manifestos for the recent problem, I believe that the post-pandemic world will be the milestone in the history of urban planning to consider house as a place to live in. By this platform referring to the recent pandemic, I would personally like to thank and honor all the medical staff, including doctors and nurses in Turkey as well as all around the world, fighting against coronavirus on the front line. Overall, referring to the essence of this conference, I would say that this conference has been organized to provide and share the latest manifestos, methodologies, and development to raise the understanding for the future of architecture and urban planning, bringing together academic science and exchange and share the research of the main aim of this conference. We have launched this annual conference about 3 years ago. During organizing ICCAUA2020, based on our global advertisement, we have received 161 papers from 29 different countries, and after doing all the review and registration process, 83 high-quality manuscripts from 20 different countries have been accepted for publication in the proceedings of the conference. Our technical program for this conference is rich and varied with 4 keynote speeches and 4 invited talks and around 83 technical papers which have been split between 4 parallel sessions to be discussed during these 2 days. As the conference chair of the ICCAUA2020, I know that the success of the conference depends ultimately on many people who have worked with us in planning and organizing the program. In particular, I thank the Rector of Alanya, Hamdullah, Emin Paşa University, Professor Dr. Mehmet and Dr. Murat Erdan Dogan, and Professor Dr. Erol Sayın and Dr. Evren Ülker Yıldız, who respectively are General Secretary, Dean of the Faculty of Architecture, and Head of the Department of Architecture at Alanya, Hamdullah, Emin Paşa University. I thank for all their advices, supports, and partnership. I have also thanked all the organizing committee members, specifically Dr. Roxana Rahbaryan-Yaz, who support us as conference chair, and all the reviewers of the Journal of Contemporary Urban Affairs for their timely reviewing of the manuscripts. My acknowledgement also goes to our valuable invited keynote speakers, Professor Dr. Jose Manuel Pais Madrigal from German University of Cairo, Dr. Lazar Stotic, President of the Association for the Development of Science, Engineering and Education, and Professor Dr. Alaaddin Kanalı from Alanya University, Dr. Dunya Zhang from Nolan School of Chinese Culture, and Professor Dr. Islam El-Kunani from University of Bahrain for the delivery of their insightful keynotes that I'm sure these talks will invoke profound intellectual discoveries. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the excellent academic and cultural atmosphere of the ICCAUA2020 and wish you all productive conference ahead. On my own personal note, I just would like to say it has been a real privilege to be the chairman of this conference, and thank you for all of your amazing work and patience that I really appreciate. That is all from me, and I'm delighted I will be replaced with Dr. Evren Ülker Yıldız, who is head of the Department of Architecture at Alanya Hamdullah Emin Paşa University, and then Professor Dr. Erol Sayın, our Dean of the Faculty of Architecture, will have his own opening speech, and then Professor Dr. Mehmet Durdu Öner, our rector at Alanya Hamdullah Emin Paşa University, will deliver his own opening speech. After concluding the opening speech by our university board, our four keynote speakers will deliver their own speeches, and then we will have discussion with the authors in four main sessions. So, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the conference, and I'm looking to work with you and talk with you online during these days. Thank you very much indeed.